Hi guys, welcome back to Tara's Take. How's my family today? I hope you all are doing good. So I am going to be making a snippet, not roll, but a snippet strip out of some different cloths here. I've squared off, I've square and rectangle, just cut them into pieces like we did that one time. If you've watched the video we did during the summer, it was the early part of the summer, I believe, or midsummer. We did a video creating the snippet strips, and that's what we're going to do for the front cover of our journal. So what I'm doing here is just separating them out, and then I have, let's see, these are all the same, right? So what I have here is some crinkle seam binding. I always call it the wrong thing. I have a couple of different fabrics that we had used in the journal. Then I have some chiffon strips, and then that material that I bought the other day. I've cut out a piece of muslin I'm going to use as the base. I would do two like we did the last time, but I'm only going to do the one because of the fact that I'm going to be cutting this in half, okay? And then it's going to get, and in fact, I may go ahead and cut it in half now and do it in two separate pieces. So it's got material, fabric hanging over, and it doesn't have to have like a cut line. You know what I'm saying? Because then that way it'll kind of be hanging over, ratty. Not ratty, that's the wrong word, but you guys, I think you know what I mean. So, ruffled, or the roughened edges, the torn edges. So what I did was I went ahead, and this is my base, okay? This strip of muslin. And then I have taken a wider piece of this lace, and I'm going to sew down the center. These are going to be, I showed it to you the other day. This is one of them that we did during the summer. Okay, this is here, I'll open it up so you can see it better. So this is the strip, and you can see all the different materials are on there. And then it's sewn with two pieces of muslin as the base, and it wraps around your journal like so, and and then you button it, okay, like that. And it's adorable. I haven't used it or anything yet. It was too springy, summery, and we were going into fall, so I haven't made anything for it, but I will eventually. But I was just showing you I used different types of materials, and even after I was done, then I glued things on, like flowers, and I sewed these pieces on separately, the little words, the scriptures. So that's basically what we're going to do. However, I'm only going to use the one piece. Now I'm going to cut this in half here because I actually need it to be in two pieces. So let's see. It's about 6 1/4 in length. Okay, so then let me see here. You know what, I'm going to do these separate so I don't mess anything up. Okay. All right. Okay. Now I'm going to cut this. And I'm doing this because it's the ring binder, and I want these two to meet up, but not wrap around the back, of course, because there is no spine, right? So we're going to do them as two separate pieces. Here, let me grab the journal. I'll show you. So it'll be like this, okay? And then these are going to come out from underneath on both sides, and I'm going to do the orange and the green. Both of these colors are the colors we used in the video that we did the other day. I don't know if that was yesterday or not. But anyway, these will come underneath and come out like that, and they'll be the tie. Okay, and that's how I'm going to shut it or close it. So you get an idea of where my brain's at with this. Because I know looking at it this way is probably like, what? If you've not done this before. So, alrighty. I've got my stacks all mixed up. I'm so good at that kind of stuff. Okay, get over there. So I think this video is Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Did I cut these wrong, or I did? Somehow I cut this a little bit off, but you know what? It's going to be fine because there. I'll just center it like that. Trim this down a little bit. I'm not really worried. As long as that lace is long enough, I think we'll be just fine. Because the lace is what we're sewing our stuff onto. So, all right. So I'm going to pause for a second and move my sewing machine into place. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I'm at the machine, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little back stitch on this to secure it. And what I'm doing is I'm just sewing the lace to this piece of muslin initially, and then wait, sorry, I'm moving my machine around here. I didn't mean to. Okay, so I'm going to sew this down the center, and then that way it's secured to the piece. And actually, I was thinking because it's so wide, you know what? I'm going to do something here. I'm changing my course here real quick. Not a lot, but just a little. Instead of going directly down the center, I'm going to go up the two sides, because that way it secures that on both sides of this. Because of this being wider than my muslin, I want it to make sure once I put it down that what I have everything sewn to is very secure. So yeah, so we're going to go down this side of the muslin instead. Okay, and I just used a pin on one end to hold it together so it doesn't move on me on the bottom as I sew this. Oopsie, let me get that so it doesn't fall on the floor and I step on it. That would not be good. Okay. All right. And again, I used that peach colored thread. You can see it, if you can see that. So we have a straight line going down the side. Now we'll do the other side, and then I'll know for sure it's on there well. I'll feel better about it. It hit me as I started to do that. I'm like, wait a minute, if I go down the center, this piece is so big, you know. I don't... When it's down on the cover, I don't want the lace to be lifting away from that muslin. It's probably, and I could have glued it, I mean, but that would just be me being lazy, you know, instead of just running it down the sides like I am. So, okay. Okay, guys, I paused for a second and did the other one, sewed the back on the other one so that you didn't have to watch that process, part of the process. So anyway, I've gone ahead and started, I put our little squares into position to begin. And, sorry, I'm reaching over here to grab my little skinny tool here. And I may end up, there we go. Just getting it kind of started here on top of this base. I don't want to squeeze up the lace. I just want to ruffle what's going down on top of it. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a tiny back stitch. Okay, now go ahead and push that up underneath. Slow it down, Tara. My foot's heavy because of my slipper. I have to take that off. There we go. All right, so we're going to squeeze that up underneath. And then I'm going to bring in another piece to go here. Let's see, here we go. And get these ready. I'm going to push them under there and just prep them for when we go through. As you go down, you'll see me stop and just prep some pieces so they're ready to push up underneath. Okay, so there we go. All right. Just take your time with this. Enjoy it. Be creative. Do whatever feels good to you with your material. You can even pull this up and kind of wedge that under. Once you get that one started, then whatever you build on top of it, you know, is going to be fine. It's just getting that next piece. And I haven't done this since we did it in the summer, so I'm taking my time because I don't want to mess it up. And I really wanted to utilize some of our materials, the chiffon materials. I like those a lot. So let me get that. Okay, there we go. All right. You can also, I just don't have the space in front of me to put anything to hold it in place, but you can also build up your base before you sew it down. So like you could lay everything out the way you want it on your piece of base, and then come over and just, the way I saw it the first time, the person sat like a box in front of her and laid the lace on it. So let me show you here. Let me go a little back. So she sat a box like right in this area in front of her machine, and her lace laid on top, her base laid on top of it. And then she just moved along and used her thing to feed these little, you know, her little snippets into it. As she did that, you know, she was able to have all these already on there. In my case, because of my setup, I'm not set up to be able to do that. So that's why I'm doing them the way I am and building it as I go. So if that makes sense, I hope. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the next section ready. And okay, I'm just sitting that under there. I hope you guys are not bored watching me do this. I know there were those of you that said you wanted to see the whole process, and I don't want to leave you out of this part of it because this is, you know, this is a big part. So, you know, I'm going to put that little truck on top this time. So I'm going to put these underneath. There we go. Give a small piece of pumpkin here, and then I'm going to do the little guy. There we go. Okay. And if you notice some kind of kitty corner in them, so that when they're ruffled, they stick out, and you'll see in a second. It's too short a piece for me to really show you right now. Okay. And because these are a little bit shorter, this is a lot easier and quicker than the last one I did. The last one I did was pretty long. It was fun though. I'm just going to keep that up until I'm done tucking underneath here into that next layer. Okay. I'm pulling on this. I feel like I moved. There we go. I just want to make sure that okay. And then we got one last little section here to build on. Again, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to do my cloth on top here for this last part. This is the part that will probably, will be kind of hanging over, either in the front or the back of this, depending on where I decide to put it. Wedge that in there the right way so it's not too much hanging over. Okay. There. I was looking for a little smaller piece of this. Do I have that on the right side? It almost looks like this is the better, darker side. And then I've got a piece of this pumpkin material. And then a little piece of the barn. There we go. Okay, now. Almost forgot to put that down. That always messes with my machine when I forget to. There we go. Now, just gonna backstitch this a little bit. All right, let's pull it out and see what we got. I hope I did okay on this. Good for some scissors. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like it. Here. All right, let's pull back and I'll show. Oops, I always do that. I always go the wrong direction, don't I? Okay, here we go. So that's what we have for that front. That's going to be like, and now it's not done. We're still going to play with it a little bit, and we're going to put some things on it, fun things. Probably do some seam binding down the center. I did pick a different green because that green is clashing with this green, and I really wanted to use that green. So I am going to use this darker, or I'm going to use, if I have enough of it, I'll use the orange going down the center of that. But I definitely didn't want this clash, as you can probably tell. It's just not quite right. So that's okay. Thank goodness for my friend Heidi at BC Hands. She made sure I had a very nice selection of greens. I had asked for seasonal, greens and darker greens and stuff for both seasons and holidays, and she definitely gave me what I asked for. Okay, so let's get the other one, and we're gonna go ahead and put down our material here. Start it out with the nice chiffon again, like we did the last time. Let's see. And I'm just over here grabbing pieces to get this little section started. Okay. All right. I'm going to backstitch just a minute here, just a tiny bit. All right, now let's squish this baby under there. Material nut. I kind of tried to go back and forth with the chiffon and then the material and then the chiffon on starting from bottom up, and that way you can see glances of both throughout. I'm gonna put the truck on top. I dropped it, of course. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. There's that one. I cut up way too many squares. I wasn't sure how much I would need, so I ended up using way too much. There's a piece of tree. That one will look pretty. I'm trying to hurry here because I know this part's probably boring to watch me doing. I apologize for that. Okay. Righty. And a piece of truck. So see, I'm kind of going, now I'm doing the fabric at the bottom, and I'll do the sheer at the top. And that way you kind of get, a view of all of them at some point. Just kind of mixes them in. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to do this flowery one underneath the green this time because it was on top last time. And get under there. Okay. All right. Get that started. Use your tool and poke it underneath and feed it in there. Top one was the green last time, so this time I'm putting it at the base. Okay. Right. This journal came along a lot faster than I thought it would. Actually, I really thought it was going to take me longer. I was glad though. I was really excited because, you know, we're moving quickly into our holiday here, and I didn't want to be running behind so far that, you know, it was like, okay, Tara, let's get with the program. Okay. Plus, I want to get these in my shop, and I was telling my husband, nobody's going to want to buy a Thanksgiving journal in, you know, after Thanksgiving or Christmas, you know. So let's see, this time, yeah, this time it's material on bottom. Okay. And where's another truck? Do I have another piece of that? I cut less of that than I did. Here's one. The other. There's one here. Okay. And now we'll go for the chiffon again. All right. There we go. Let me do a little piece of this on top anyway. Okay. Oops. Now the reason I'm going to push this up over here, I don't want that much material hanging off, and I'm already at the end of my base, but I want some of it hanging off. So I'm hoping when it's all said and done, it'll just be enough, you know, to look, like I said, a little bit raggedy. There we go. Okay. All right. Piece number 2. Doesn't look like I puckered it at all underneath the base, so that's good. That means it'll fit across like it's supposed to. And okay guys, I am going to pause and move the camera so that you guys can look at it with me, okay? Be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So here's what we have. These are our 2 pieces. And as you can see, the lace sticks out the sides, which is what I wanted. And they're cute. They're not finished, but they are cute. I pulled out some of my charms. I can't think. And I was looking here. I don't think I have like any turkey charms, but I have a lot of key charms, and I was thinking that might look kind of cute on there. I don't know. I may end up making out of the material, I might use some of it and make a couple of yo-yos or something on here to go on here. Maybe. I'm thinking about that because those are pretty quick, and I have I'm not going to do them right this second, but what I am going to do is I'm going to lay out the binding. And I need to make sure I have enough. So let's see, to do this piece and to do this piece, I need that much. And then, yeah, that's going to leave me with plenty for tying it off. The other one I have, of course, is, the reason I wasn't thinking about using that one is because I already have super dark. I think that dark green kind of dominates a little bit, and I wanted to contrast with it a little. The orange is there, but it's not as distinct. This does look pretty, though. Could do both of them, and then they'd be coming out from underneath as well, because these pieces are going to end here. They're not going to be the pieces that I use to tie off. Let me bring it in closer for you guys. Sorry about that. Anyway, these pieces are going to end here. So like if I don't know, twisted them or something. So the 2 colors were there. And then the pieces that I use to tie are going to be underneath. They're going to be glued down the center, so they're secure. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put these on. I actually think I like the little twisty look. I think it's kind of cute. So we're going to do that because those are going to be the colors. They're going to be 2 pieces coming out on each side, the front and the back of the journal, to tie it shut. And so yeah, I think using the 2 here as well would kind of look pretty. So instead of twisting them though, I think I might go ahead and let me see if this end is a little more crinkled. I'm going to go ahead and crinkle this a little more. I just take it and really squeeze it up in my fingers hard and kind of, you know, twist it. I have no idea. I've never made this myself or watched a video on it, but it seems to do the trick. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and lay out my glue. Where's my, I need a pen. Of course, I haven't used my glue today at all, so it's jammed up. Okay. Are we in camera? Yes. So I hope you guys are liking this journal. I'll do a flip through, of course, when we're done. You can see the whole thing. I've kind of, you know, that's probably partially why I've finished it quicker, is because I have been doing a lot of work on my own with it, you know, simply because I knew if I didn't do some real-time work, I was going to end up taking forever, like I do. So and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of run the green here. Let me squeeze this one too. So I'm just going to kind of run the green along with this one. Like, I'm kind of wavering the glue because I want them to look like they're kind of, you know. So I'm going to run so that the orange peeks out from underneath. Okay. And when I glue this on the bottom, coming out the ends, I am probably going to use my hot glue gun because that glue will cause a better hold for me than using the art glitter glue. Okay, so there's one side. And let's get the other one. I think I'll do them opposite. I'm going to try and see what it looks like. And then whichever one I like on top the best, I'm going to put as the front. So we'll see. Okay. I just love this, the crinkle seam binding. I think it really adds, it has added a real pretty look to anything I've created on my covers and stuff, and throughout the journals I've made in the past. I discovered it through Gail. She was using it one day on her channel, and I'd never even seen it before. And I was like, oh my word, I love that stuff. And so yeah, that's how I discovered it. And I discovered Heidi's shop just by going in on Etsy, and I had seen reviews on their different shops. I read the reviews sometimes to see what people think, and they had said how gracious she was about working with you on specialty orders. And I knew I was going to need, the first time I ordered, I just let her pick, but the next time I ordered, I was calling on her for specialty, and she has been amazing. So yeah, she's very great at just really gauging by what you describe to her what you're going to need. At least in my case, you know, and others as well, because if you read the reviews on her shop, you'll see other people have commented on how gracious she is and how good she is at understanding you need from what you tell her. So that's always a good thing, right? Because sometimes we need that special little touch and we can't find it at the store, or we can't just go on Etsy or somewhere and buy it and be like, oh, this is exactly what I'm going to need. You know, we need to tell them what we need, you know. So, okay, so there's our two, front and back. And I think that's going to be the back, and this is going to be the front. So I was looking here at these different little I have a few fun little things. Let's see, we have keys, but we don't have any pumpkins. I wonder if I could order some pumpkin charms or something real quick. And I have an elephant. Hey, I have a leaf. Woohoo, look at that. I have a leaf. That would work. Do I have another leaf? That would be awesome. Let's see. I have no idea what I have in here. I've ordered like a few different times and gotten, you know, different stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I know I've never used a leaf before, so it could be. I wish this said thank you in like a brass, but it's in silver. I don't know if I've ever told you guys that, but I have a thing about like, I like using the brass. I like using the silver things I had before I started junk journaling, because I used to use them on my jewelry. So I have a kitty. That's not going to work. I had this piece. I wish I could hear you guys so I'd know what you think. I do have one piece, and I used it on our last on the folio because it has oranges in it. It's got like a look, the copper, so it kind of, you know, goes with the oranges, and I'm wondering if that would be pretty on the front, you know, like that, or would that be too fancy? This journal's kind of country. I think it's probably, it looks pretty, but I think it's probably too fancy with all the farm trucks and stuff. So yeah, I think what I'll probably do is look on Amazon and see if I can get some Thanksgiving or some autumn type charms with some little leaves and stuff like that, because I only have the one, it looks like. So all right, so anyway, there's that. And now we're gonna go ahead and do the I'm gonna double up, okay, and we're gonna want enough, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cut each one of these. Let's see. So we're gonna want enough to go out to like about there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I guess I'd have to pull back a little bit. We're gonna want it to go, you know, long enough so that when I'm gonna glue it back here so it's secure. It'll be underneath this, okay? And it's gonna come out the end and tie. So I want it long enough to do a bow, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this piece because it's shorter. I've used more of it. Bring you guys back in. Oops, there we go. I'm gonna cut this right in the center here, and that'll be ready. And then I'm gonna use that as a measuring rod for this piece, for the green. Okay, so I need 2 of the greens the same length as the orange. That one. Okay, and then it's an approximate. I mean, it's probably going to be too long anyway, but that's okay. I just want to make sure. And now I'm going to trim these. Let's see. Put this with this one. And I'm going to go ahead and move all my goodies over here so I can do this. Grab this here, and I'm just going to flip it over and use my hot glue. Now, let me get these ready real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to be rushing. I just want these on hand, so there we go. Okay. Now, I have got so much stuff on my desk, girls. You should see it. It's embarrassing. So I'm going to run this right down this. Oh, of course, my glue stick. Glue sticks have gone up in price, and I have not bought. I know I probably went overkill with the glue, but I want to make sure this stays. Yeah, they've gone kind of really crazy with glue sticks on the price lately. At least that's what I think. And I haven't bought the long kind in a while because of that. And so, see, now I've got this way too, I don't have my orange in there, just got the green. There we go. Probably should do them one at a time, and that way I make sure I get both of them down. But yeah, they've gone up so high that I haven't purchased. And I usually purchase the longer ones in a big pack, but my goodness, they're so expensive. I'm kind of stubborn lately. I feel like I'm getting old because these price increases are irritating me really bad. I mean, I get all that happened with COVID, but I do think that because every time you turn around, a bird, you know, a chicken has the flu, or you've got, you know, you've got something going on with some other industry. There's a reason why this is going up. There's a reason why that is going up. And it's just almost like, you know, it's almost like they're using it as an excuse just to do it. And it's really not good. I could be totally off the mark. I know that these things are real. These things did happen after COVID and all that. But I also know that I think there's some industries that are just taking advantage. Some stores that are taking advantage of it. You know, it just feels kind of like we're being strung along. So, yeah. Anyway, we won't go into that. I know everybody's got an opinion about it. So, it's just how it feels to me. I'm just sharing with you how it feels to me. I know we were, you know, if we look in the Word, we were warned in the latter days, you know, a loaf of bread would be worth a bar of gold. And it's getting there. Our eggs, you know, are getting way out of hand. So, yeah. So there we go. So now we have the front, the back. Okay. And this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to be doing any more sewing on this. I'm only going to be doing gluing if I put anything down. So I'm going to go ahead and get this attached because I just think it'll be fun to have it attached. Oh, you know what? I better wait. You know why? Because I want to make sure before I do anything. I'm either going to sew these holes because I have I'm going to attempt to sew the holes because I have the foot, you know, the movable foot on my machine. But I ordered, just in case that does not work for me, or maybe I decide I'm going to use grommets and eyelets. So I ordered a kit because all I have is eyelets and they don't go through all the way to seal this off. But if I have grommets, that should work, you know, to seal them together. So I ordered a grommet kit that's coming today. And I do need to try and put that on there before I do anything else, unless I change my mind and decide to try and be brave and sew these. I saw a lady do it on a video earlier and I was like, oh my gosh, am I good enough to do that? I don't know if I'm good enough to do that. I mean, I could give it a try, you know. So we have our little dangly here, and I was just looking and thinking, what page should we put this on? Let's see how she looks in there. Here, then we turn it that way. So there's our little dangle. I think I'm going to make a couple more of these and make them cuter. I actually got a bendable, expandable needle that you can, it's kind of like what you were talking about, Sonia, with the wire, but it's a needle and it bends itself into the bead. It's super thin, and they actually had them at my Walmart. I was so shocked. And after I got it home and looked at it, I really looked at it. I remembered I used to have some of those. So I am probably going to make me a couple new dangles for this. And also on the front of this, once we get this on, okay, so that we can kind of get an idea. This baby got thick, look. She got big. She's a bit of a monkey, chunky monkey. Look at her. So she's pretty. Yeah. And the pages are just, I showed Courtney, and he was like, wow, honey, that one's nice. Yeah, it's not like my normal, you know, journal, so we'll go through the whole thing. I'm jumping the gun. I'm excited. So anyway, I'm going to put this here really quick. I want to see, get that down, where I can put, I was thinking of putting some of these little babies that we made. You know what? We could even stick one of those on here, actually. Let's see, what do we have? What was that other one we made that was so, it had the beads that were too, here it is. There's another one. There's that one. And I had actually talked about putting these on the front of the journal in some way. It's too much. I am going to run some lace down here. I should do that with you guys right now, because that was my plan, was to put a piece of the lace down the side here and in the back. So we'll take this. We've still got time, right? Yeah, we're only at 46 minutes. So I'm going to take this off, the cover off, and we'll do that. This lace is so big that I can actually use it I can use the holes in it, you know, probably. I'm going to see. That's my goal. Let me look here. See how the holes are? So you can still see the holes for our journal. Unless I want to just take them right next to it. Maybe I'll just take them right next to the holes right there. I wanted to use this lace because this lace has been used on the inside multiple times, and bring this back in some. So yeah, I was thinking that this would be pretty underneath there, and there we go. And so yeah, that would be the cover. What do you think? And then we're going to decorate this a little bit more. And then maybe put this little baby somewhere. Like right there. Let's see. I don't know. I wanted to use one of these for the cover because probably not that one, just because of the green not matching. This one's got the sari silk on it. Looks a little better. Or even on top of the lace part. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see. I'll figure it out. You know me. I'll keep... This one's way too big. I'll keep playing with it until I figure it out. But anyways, I think I'll wait till I get that grommet kit. I need to figure out if I'm going to use those or if I'm going to sew this. And I don't want to block myself up. So anyway, you guys at least now know which direction this is going. And this is ready. So this is our little snippet. You know, and I said I'll try and figure out if I can buy some charms or something to kind of put on here. Oh, we do have some flowers. Let's peek at those real quick. I don't know if I have any that are the right color. We got all those flowers from that trip to Flagstaff. I have a bunch of different ones. Or, now these are kind of big, actually. Yeah, they're kind of big. And not really the right color. Let me grab my little drawer full of them. There might be... Oh, you know what? There is some orange in here, and they might work. Look. Say we put... Let's see. Put a couple of these on here with... I don't think I have a dark green. I have this lighter green. Yeah, it's too light. But that orange, if I put a couple of those and then centered it with the ones we used the other day on our, we could use the orange, or we could use the little red ones we used, the little flatbacks, because these, oh yeah, there you go, look at that. That one's pretty. Yeah, let's do that. That looks kind of cute. So we'll put a little glue there. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? Oh. Come on. All right. There we go. It's sad when you've got enough stuff on your fingers that the bead sticks to you instead of like... So yeah, we could put like that. Maybe do like 3 of them so that they, you know, you got your threes. It'd be kind of cute. And then where's that leaf? Did I put that back in there? Oh, no, here it is. Look, we could even stick like this little leaf here. If I could get, let me get my wire cutters here. I always trim off the little thingy. Okay, and then I take a file, a big nail file, and I buff that down so that it doesn't cut anybody, of course. And if, I know this looks silly, but I do this. And if it's like it looks silverish now, so I'll take a little bit of my gold paint. This is my tempera paint. This is a big one I get at Hobby Lobby. And I just kind of brush, well, it's not coming out right. Let me get it to actually come out onto my finger so I can show you what I do. Because I do this a lot, and it seems to work okay. You know, it just kind of disguises the silver a little bit. Okay. And then we could like take that there. Let's do another couple of these. This might be kind of cute. I'm hoping, because I really didn't know what I was going to put on this belt. But these are little cloth flowers. They're kind of like I think they're called mulberry flowers, the ones I ordered. I'll get one more red here. And then one more orange. Oh, you know what I could do? I don't know if it'll look good, but let's see. No, not a yellow. A red with an orange center. Would that look cute? Or is that not good? What do you think? What do you think? I don't like the red so much. Okay, so we'll just do another orange. I have more here. I didn't know how I was going to use these little flowers. When I got them, I thought they'd be more like silk. But they're more like a little, I don't know, they're paperish, kind of. Maybe they're just paper. But they're a thick paper. They'll hold up, you know. So anyway, I could do those. Oh, I did the orange on there. Shoot, I meant to do the red. Oops. Let me see. Let me grab another red. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. So yeah. So like that. And then maybe get a couple more of those. I don't know where I would pick them up, but I'll probably just order them. But what do you think? That's kind of cute, right? Little orange flowers. Should I do like, I like the odd number thing, but should I just do them in a row on that ribbon? I'm trying to decide. I'll tell you what, girls, I'm not gonna glue these down until somebody comments and lets me know. What do you think? And I'm definitely gonna probably stick the charm on there because I think that's cute. But yeah, and I will probably use these flowers. I'm not sure if I want them to do the whole little wavy thing, or I think what it is I need more charms to kind of counterbalance them a little bit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's probably visually what's going on for me is I need that little counterbalance for those to. I could just, no, I don't want them even. They're looking too, I want them more. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and close today, but I wanted you to see everything, and let me have your opinion on the flowers. Yay or nay? Maybe we should just use some flat backs and kind of scatter them and give it a little sparkle. That might look cute too. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Let's see. Just some of these kind of throughout. Let me see here. I have the red, and then I have some of the orange. Oh, no, that's green. I don't want that one. It's the wrong green. That's why I don't want it. Kind of or even put those on the, I'm just seeing. This is definitely not a for sure, but I'm just looking to see if I like it like that. Here's another, here's an orange. Nah, I'm thinking no. Can you guys see that? There you go. If I glued them down like randomly, or should I put them, or if I put them straight onto the thing. Nah. Nah. I wonder though if like the little flowers were, if I used more of them and did them kind of throughout, you know. Goodness sakes to Murgatroyd. I've got all kinds of decisions here to make. Anyway, so we got our snippet strip, which is what we needed, 2 of them, and we did good today just getting those done. I feel like I accomplished something. So you guys have a wonderful day, and let's see, today's Saturday, so have fun tomorrow if you go to church, or if you stay home, have a great day crafting, and be blessed. I love you guys very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.